I'm here at the Mitchell Park Conservatory. It's Saturday, it's about 2 p.m. and I am done with ribbon and AOS judging, and this is halfway through the first day of the Wisconsin Orchid Society's fall show. I believe the theme is Fall in Love with Orchids, and let's have a look at the exhibits. Here's a display for a new vendor at the show, Honey Hoots Orchids and Rare Plants. This is the display for the Mitchell Park domes. Of course, since they have greenhouses, they have some really amazing specimen-sized plants. Here's the Eastern Iowa Orchid Society. B&H Orchids has done something in the round, but the path has these ropes right here that prevent you from crossing over to see the backside of the displays. Another new vendor, Armstrong Orchids, has also done a display in the round. You really can't see the orchids that are in the back of the display. During judging, this display was really difficult. I'm gonna back up and show that it's backing up right against the water right here. And we were in fear of falling into the pond while we were judging the orchids in this display. It's a nice pond, but I wouldn't want to fall in it. Here's Orchid Growers Guild out of Madison. The Incubanas International Society Milwaukee chapter is also displaying some orchids at the show. This small but lovely display is by Sun Prairie Orchids. I think this is another vendor that I haven't heard of before, Oakwood Orchids. Here's the display by Anything Orchids. Here's a display by Orchid Trading Company. There's a really nice miniatum in the front. The flies really like this stinky bulbal phylum right here. Here's the winner of the show trophy. This display is by the Illinois Orchid Society. You can see some of my orchids in here. Most everything was in the yellow category, so I didn't get any ribbons. This one's mine. And this right here is my Memoria Bernice Foster. But a really nice display, and it has this lovely path in the middle. You can see we can't walk in it now because it's been roped off, but it really let the judges get up close to all the beautiful flowers that were inside the display, and the backside that was now really far from the audience. Oh my God, look at this Susan Fender cinnamon stick. Yeah, that's probably why none of my yellow-orange cattleyas got awarded, but hey, this display right here is from the Batavia Orchid Society. They also did it in the round, and there are some orchids that are in the back, which can't be seen by the general public, but as judges, we did climb into the dirt and have a look at these things. This large display right here is by the Wisconsin Orchid Society. And it has lots of really amazing tiny miniatures in it, but also lots of plants that seem to have been mislabeled, like this Vanda falcata. I was doing Vandas today. It was actually labeled as a Nobile Dendrobia. But we moved it But we didn't catch everything because there were lots and lots of mislabeled plants. I really do like this. They don't actually know what kind of species it is. This was really funny because this was labeled as Chlorophyllus species number 2, and we gave it a first place. It was a number 1 to number 2, and it also received right here, as you can see, the Whitnall Animal Hospital Chlorophyllid Award. We did have some really lovely corsages and artwork also exhibited. I didn't judge this category this year though. Here, nicely shaded, is the display by J&L Orchids. They do a lot of miniatures, and I am so jealous of this Dendrobia Victoria Regina. Look at that beautiful color on it. It is so gorgeous. Just some really lovely plants in this. It's overcast today, so the domes aren't as bright, and they're not as hot as they usually are. Since the domes can get really hot, the Wisconsin Orchid Society separated some of their orchids into this cooled cabinet that is in the sales area. So here's a look at the vendor room. We've got anything orchids here, right by the entrance to the show domes. Obviously they have holes in their plants already because people have been buying. Here's another vendor. They don't have a sign out, so I'm not sure who it is. I think I saw them here last year, but I don't know the name of the vendor. Young Hales at B&H Orchids. So yeah, I recognize them because they also done the iOS show. Here's Sun Prairie Orchids. I'm not seeing a lot of the dendrobium types that I like to buy from them. Yeah, the sales area is pretty crowded now. So here we have Armstrong Orchids, vending for the first time at the Wisconsin show. Right here we have J&L Orchids vending. I can't get up close because they have all these people looking at their stuff. They've got a really cute little stand right here. Here we have Honey Hoots. Then here we have Oakwood Orchids. And we have one of my fellow ribbon judges, as well as he's also an AOS judge. And I think this is the first time they are vending at the Wisconsin show. And there is a Orchid Show special, Antelope Dendrobiums. And yeah, I need a tiny twister cross to Johannes. Like a kick in the head, but I bet you I'm getting one. Yeah. Oakwood has even more orchids along the side here. Look at this. I think finally our last vendor, here's Nats. Hi, Prayun. And we're going to do a far view of everything that he has here. They have 3 really long tables with lots of people buying orchids. So as you can tell, this is a really crowded show. If you want some good plants, you should definitely come. They will all be gone Sunday.